Hey guys, welcome back. West Carolina University Dynasty continuing on to the end of Season 2 as we're playing our conference championship game. And guess what? We're playing the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. We've played them twice so far in this Dynasty as we kind of really beat them up pretty good in those two games. So we'll hope to continue that success this year as Taylor Rambo and company have been absolutely balling out this year. We've been playing a really good brand of offense, and we're at 8-4. Louisiana is also at 8-4 on this season, so it's a pretty evenly matched game. A lot of pressure there for Taylor Rambo as he's been trying to use his legs a little bit more often, but that'll just be incomplete. Have to punt the ball away on the first possession of the game is not ideal, not by any means. But it'll really be time for our defense to show up. So 1st and 10 for Louisiana. Get a good look at their offense for the first time as they try jet touch. There are so many jet touch passes that they keep trying against us, as I don't know how the quarterback gets away from that, but he throws it and it's complete for a massive gain to the 15. What a throw from the Louisiana quarterback, as that one could be intercepted. No. Jamal Mitchell just couldn't hold on to it, and there is so much room for Elijah Davis, and it's right there. Right at the 1 yard line, and he's just going to walk in for a free touchdown. Boys, we cannot be starting it off this way. Going down 7-0 early in this conference championship game is not how we wanted to start this one off. Next chance on offense for Taylor Rambo. What a good throw and a diving catch. Ron Marshall really showing that he is a premier target in this offense, and we should have hit the underneath drag. Just should not have went for the little deeper pass. We should have just been complacent with what we had there. Good throw underneath. Xavier Lee making a nice throw, and that's going nowhere. Cam Walker, as his senior season, we really want to win something for him. Good job from Taylor Rambo to break away from the tackle, and he's just going to find a way to... No, he drops it. There's a flag on top of it. Let's hope it's like pass interference. So we'll get the DPI. We love that. It kind of bails us out a little bit on that broken play. And Cam, what are we doing? Just an incompletion there. He's going to get the option play, and we get 6. So it's a 3rd and 4 situation. Try to see if we can continue to keep moving the sticks. Bad throw. Taylor Rambo just kind of a little off today, and I don't know how I feel about that in a conference championship situation. Terrible punt, though, is going to give them an opportunity at the 20, and that little bubble screen is wide open. Defense needs to play better. Good hit. Caden Sullivan just shot through that gap, though. Another run right away gets the first. Whenever you have Elijah Davis on the field, he's one of the better running backs in this conference that we have to play against. I don't know if he's a senior. I hope he is, because I really don't want to have to face him again next year. We're up to a 3rd and 1 situation. Deep bomb, and he just missed him. Jamal Mitchell almost gave up a massive touchdown, and that would have been game-changing this early in the game. Vernon Lyle just can't really get much going there on those returns, as we'll try to get Anthony Allen involved. He gets a 3-yard carry, and we'll run it back up to Cam Walker, who's got some space down to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. He's going to stiff arm his way down to the 10 on the biggest run of the game for Cam Walker. Trying to lifen this crowd up. Cam Walker trying to get the offense back involved as Anthony Allen gets to the corner and he's in for the touchdown. And the rushing attack from West Carolina is going to bring us back into this game. 7-7 is the score now as the first quarter is getting almost to the end. Can we defensively get another 3 and out? Just a 6-yard gain on the short throws. They're really loving those short passes right now, and that's just not it. Really throwing that one out of bounds. Just not a lot open. They're going to try to scramble with the quarterback. We can't get there in time, and he picks up the first. End of the first quarter, though, is 7-7 apiece in this closely contested conference championship. First play of the second quarter, a little misdirection. Handoff to Elijah Davis. Doesn't get much. Kind of helped bottle him up a little bit today. He's averaging a little under 5 per rush. 3rd and 7, going back to the screenplay. Are we going to get there? Good tackle. Great tackle from Ben Laney to force the punt, and that is a horrible punt. Somebody please don't mess up with that. Okay, thank God. That was almost rough. If that would have bounced, that would have been terrible. Cam Walker, good awareness to get 7. Good job from him. He is really single-handedly bringing us back in this game. Scrambling out and just hits Ron Marshall on the run. Good awareness for Taylor Rambo. And we are going to keep moving the ball down the field. Throws it underneath. Safe play to Xavier Lee. 3rd down and 3. Wide open little spot route from Vernon Lyle. Picks up the first. We are threatening an enemy territory at this point. And Julius Buford Jr. doesn't get many runs, but he gets a nice carry. Inside the 10-yard line. We'll go with a little play action fake. Scrambles out to the side. We definitely had the guy open, and he just misses him. We had so many guys open, and he couldn't hit the receiver. But we'll hit the jet touch, and we get to the 1. There's a flag, though. And don't tell me it's going to be a hold. Oh, my gosh. Alex Gunderson gets the hold, and we are back to a long 2nd and goal. Taylor Rambo scrolling out. He can't get rid of it. Brings up a 3rd and goal. Long situation. Open man for Vernon Lyle. Touchdown. What a great throw from Taylor Rambo to get it over the Raging Cajun defender and right in the bucket for Vernon Lyle. 14-7. West Carolina over the Raging Cajuns, and he's going to break a tackle. Elijah Davis out to the 40. Down to midfield, and he's finally taken down. A huge gain from Elijah Davis. He's trying to revamp this team, and another find underneath for a massive gain. And just in 2 plays, they're already way downfield. Just these super short passes and runs have been working to perfection for the squad. 3rd and 6. Gonna scramble out with it. The quarterback's gonna get drilled from Caden. Gonna bring up a field goal situation. It's up, and he didn't get it. The kicker just misses the field goal, and it's gonna keep it a 14-7 game. We'll see if we can try to put up some points before the half, as we have a massive step. It's severely underthrown to Xavier Lee, but a huge pickup down to the 2. Taylor Rambo is going to just hand it off. We can't get it. 2nd and goal. We call a timeout with 2 seconds left. Can we get there? We will. We go for it. It was a little risky, but it pans out. We definitely had another timeout. I think we would have been able to get the timeout off. Yeah, there's still a second left afterwards. So even if we didn't get it, we could have called a timeout to still kick that field goal. But Taylor Rambo is going to put us up 21-7. We have 100 yards rushing on just 12 carries. So starting the second half, 21-7. 1st and 10 situation to start the half. Gives it right to Elijah. Not really much doing. They're really trying to live and die by this run game. Just living and dying by the run. Just going to throw that one over the middle to the tight end, who's going to get a massive gain. These just short yardage plays have been absolutely killing us right there. That could have been pick Jamal. Jamal Mitchell just could not hold on to it. Brings up a 3rd down situation. Now throws that one, and it's almost picked. Oh, Blake Harrison. Can we get our hands on the ball? Vernon, don't get demolished. Thank you. That one was close. I don't know what's up with this Louisiana punter, but he is just punting like 10-yard bombs. And oh, gosh. It really looked like Taylor Rambo just threw that into the grandstands as Vernon Lyle gets a good run. Those little those bubble screens, the wide receiver screens, they've been working quite well for us so far this year. Read option does not do much. Losing 3 yards, continuing to try to have some motion to help mix it up and switch up our game plan, make it tough defensively to scheme against us. But really, Louisiana is doing a pretty solid job. Had a guy open, but the pressure was too much. We're just going to have to punt it away. Good catch off of the bounce, and he's going to go down. So 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Just up by 7. What a juke move. Elijah Davis somehow gets yards. Looks like he was going to lose yards, ends up gaining 6 yards on the play. 1st down after the nice little quick dump off. All they're doing is short plays. I feel like we're going to have to play underneath and play such low zones that nothing can be thrown under us. But that is the only way they are even moving the ball right now on offense. And that is going to be a massive sack from Vic Burley. He's going to get back there and pick up the 4th down. So another punt situation, another like 5-yard punt. I don't know what's happening. Motion wide receiver over. Little play action fake. Has a guy and he misses him. Alex Gunderson definitely had a step. Just going to have to scramble out of the pocket here with Taylor Rambo. Nobody open. Probably should have tried to run with that a little bit earlier. There just wasn't anyone there. Good little zig route from Vernon Lyle. Picks up the 1st. Just trying to milk a little bit of clock. We're not going to go too aggressive with milking clock because we still want to put up another score here to help to put away this game. Good cutback from Cam Walker. Getting himself another nice gain. And Vernon Lyle on the jet touch is going to pick up a first down. It's going to bring us down to nearing the end of the third quarter. Good cutback lane from Cam Walker. Last play of the third quarter. Play action fake. Has a guy all the way down, and it's deflected. Just didn't get enough air under it. Taylor Rambo, if we would have thrown that to the back corner of the end zone, that would have probably been a touchdown had he have got the feet in. But we're playing a pretty good brand of football right now, leading 21-7 here heading into the fourth quarter. So unfortunately here, we don't have enough leg to be able to kick the field goal, and we just didn't have enough time to throw it either. So it's going to be a turnover on downs, though I don't think we would have had the field goal regardless. But Elijah Davis, massive run. Massive run for Elijah Davis as he is just trying to put the team on his back right now. 2nd down and 7. QB scribbling out of the pocket. He goes down with a big sack from Zaire Patterson. Bringing up a 3rd and 16. Another sack. Back-to-back sacks from Patterson. And it's 4th and 22 out of field goal range. Gonna have to go for it. There's really no options left here. QB scrambles out to his left. Nobody open, and it's a turnover on downs. We can just try to milk a little bit of clock here as we lose a yard on the screen pass. Haven't done it in a while, so it was worth a shot. Try to get the ball back to Anthony Allen. He gets 2. 3rd down and 9. Play action fake. Do we find somebody open? Taylor Rambo just running with it. Can't get it. 4th and 2. Gonna have to again go for it. I don't like going for it, but we don't have an opportunity to kick the field goal. But we pick up the first down, and that really has a great chance of sealing this game. We need to get another first down to be able to start getting some timeouts off the clock, and a good spin move from Cam. Just about to the 2-minute warning. Outside to Vernon Lyle to the end zone. Touchdown, Vernon Lyle. And that's going to put this game on ice. 1st and 10. Gotta do everything they can there. It's an incompletion. 2nd and 10, throwing this one deep. It is caught for a massive gain down the sideline, and no one's going to catch him. It's a touchdown, and the Cajuns are coming back. But they need this onside kick. If they don't get it, game's over. Onside kick is nowhere remotely close. Just fall down, Darnell. Don't fumble the football. Thank you. And we are going to pull off the win. 28-14 in the first ever conference championship game. We're in. Taylor Rambo and company comes away with the win over the Raging Cajuns. Taylor Rambo had a pretty solid day out there. Didn't have to throw for a ton of yards. Had a decent completion percentage and threw 3 touchdowns. Or actually, he threw 2 touchdowns and had 1 rushing touchdown. Cam Walker had 16 carries for 126 yards, 7.8 average. Really, really solid day for his senior game. Vernon Lyle had 7 for 76, and Xavier Lee 101 yards on 4 catches. Vernon Lyle, though, with 2 touchdowns on the day. That's a really, really good day for him. Wyatt Wright, 6 tackles. Zaire Patterson had 2 TFLs. Both of them were sacks. Vic Burley also added a sack and TFL onto the board, and Caden Sullivan got a TFL. No interceptions for the squad today, and 3 pass deflections. But boys, your Megalodons are the Sun Belt champions. Vic Burley still, though, wants to transfer out. I don't know what is going on with him. I hope he does not transfer out. Zaire Patterson gets the Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Week, and Vernon Lyle gets the Sun Belt Offensive Player of the Week. Avery Johnson is your Heisman winner. 3,200 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Pretty solid season for him. I feel like Taylor Rambo is pretty close to that, though. And oh, snap. We are playing against the Florida State Seminoles in the Birmingham Bowl for our bowl game. That's a game that we got to win to break some of those restrictions. This team is crazy. I have to go against Patrick Payton, and this Florida State team is different than the Florida State team we're seeing in real life. I wish we were seeing the real-life Florida State team right now, because that'd be a lot easier than this 87 overall team. This is going to be one of the toughest teams we've seen, period, in this dynasty. Cam Walker gets the 2nd team All-American running back, and also we have another All-American. Ron Marshall is the freshman tight end. And take a look at the college football playoff. East Carolina is going to sneak in there at the 12 seed, finishing off the regular season and the first conference championship game with an 8-2 conference record. 9-4 is our current record, and we got 1 more game to go. Looking at our season stats, Taylor Rambo just setting records left and right. almost 4,000 yards. He's got a great chance of hitting 4,000 yards. 29 touchdowns with 3 interceptions. Cam Walker up at 1,100 yards and 6 touchdowns. Ron Marshall almost at 1,000 yards. We have 3 receivers over 800. That's super awesome. Adam Randall has 11 touchdowns receiving, and I'm excited to see the continued maturation of Vernon Lyles. He's been really kind of a breakout player the last few weeks for us. Caden Sullivan up at 18 TFLs. He is also inching closer and closer to getting a TFL record. 7 sacks for Zaire Patterson and 6.5 for Vic Burley. Looking at the rest of the bowl games we have for our conference. Again, we're playing against Florida State, Buffalo, and Louisiana. The Raging Cajuns will be playing North Texas. We'll be playing App State, Texas State, and FIU. Toledo versus Southern Mississippi. Ohio Bobcats versus the Old Dominion Monarchs. Georgia State versus Temple. Troy versus Western Michigan. And then Coastal Carolina against UNLV. Time to look at some more of the signed prospects we have and the rest of the board. So Ross Newton looking so close to committing. I hope we're going to be able to get him before NC State. This guy looks like a pretty solid gem right outside linebacker. He's more of a run stopper, but hey, we need just all the help we can get, especially gems. If we can get some people with development out here, that's going to really, really help this squad. Jarius Hawker, the punter, I don't think we're going to be able to get him. Jameson Brutus is also kind of in that same boat. I don't know if NC State's going to be able to jump in there at the last second and steal these guys. Lamar Mankins, hopefully we can get him as well. But now it's time to look at the dev. Jalen Grubbs, the tight end, is an impact development. Eric Ezecki's impact development at right guard, which is awesome. Tyrone Colclough, impact development. I am super excited to see him in action. James Epps has impact development. Impact for Paul Wall. Star for Deontay Hayer. Let's go. Vontrese Davis gets impact. Max Haas is star. Awesome. Jimmy Wolf is impact development. Jadarius Brown, impact development. Brian Ladd is normal. Chad Charlton, normal. Glenn Hicks is a star dev safety. We love that. Greg Popek is normal dev. Trent Bachman is star. Another star. Corin McQueen is normal. Russ Whalen, star. Another star. Jalen Law, D-tackle, is impact development. Chad Eddy is impact. Impact for Mitchell Schott. Man, we have like 4 or 5 star dev guys, and a lot of them are defensive backs. It was impact and impact for Wayne Earl and Greg, so we can get them off the board. Unlucky they were also both impact, but hey, we found a lot of players with development. Well, here it is. It's time to, I don't even want to do this one, but we're going to go for it. Florida State versus West Carolina. I can already hear the crowd getting insane right now, and it's not even a home game. It's a neutral site game, and they're just so loud. But boys, look at that little patch on the jersey. Who would have thought year 2, getting a shot at a bowl game, we get a win here against Florida State? I mean, that recruiting is going to get a little bit easier. That might help us out quite a bit. But Florida State ranked number 19 in the country. They are no joke. And this is not going to be an easy game. This is one of the toughest games we have played yet to date. So we will be receiving the ball first. Julius Buford back deep to return as this game is underway. The Birmingham Bowl, first bowl game that we have been to, and we're actually beating them in yards per game. Taylor Rambo just going to hand it off on the first play of the game. We get about a yard. Trying to get this run game involved. Pass rush is insane. It's going to be insane. There are 4 stars on this defensive line. Has them deep, and he missed them. Underthrew them, and that might be one of the big differences of this game. If we keep getting a lot of inaccurate passes, we're not going to be able to stick around with this team. We're going to have to play very, very sound football. Definitely on both sides of the ball if we're going to stay in this game. Good little zig route from the wide receiver. Picks up a massive gain. They just have better athletes across the board on both sides of the ball. And if we are making mistakes, like, ooh, that was almost a real bad one. But if we're making mistakes, they're going to capitalize on it, and they're going to put up points in a hurry. And we have to make sure that that does not happen. That should be knocked down at least. Luckily, it is incomplete. Good tackle from Caden Sullivan. Bringing up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 2 situation. He splits the gap. Perfect throw. Perfect throw. As they're going to scramble out again with the QB, and he gets really nothing. It's going to end up being a loss on the play. And it's 2nd and long, and he gets a good completion. 3rd and 10. Right to us. And we dropped it. Ben Laney with some feet for hands, and he misses the interception, and they're going to get a field goal out of it. Lucky that it was a field goal, not a touchdown. But really, that could have been nothing, and some momentum. But a big drop from the defense is going to hurt us. Taylor Rambo back out on offense again. We'll try some RPOs. You know, if you can't just beat them in the trenches, you got to find some creative ways to move the ball. Good throw to the sideline, and it's caught for Vernon Lyle. Vernon Lyle with his second catch already in the game. Back to the RPO game. Anthony Allen's going to get 7. And we're getting 6-7 yards on the first down play. It really helps us out as Vernon Lyle into the open field gets a huge gain. All the way across the 50. Good spin move from Cam. Cam Walker trying to put this team on his back and wield us to a bowl game win. 3rd and 3 after the screenplay. The pressure way too much and we're going down. It's a big sack. Oh, I wish he would have ran into the kicker, but instead we're going to punt it away, and they're going to start the ball at the 14-yard line. Running back looks so quick back there. Roydell Williams is definitely no joke. Good hit from Sheldon Dennis. At the end of the first quarter, it's closer than I thought. It's 3-0 right now, but our rushing game is terrible. Averaging 3 yards a play is not going to win very many games for you, as that's a good out route. Out routes have really been killing us this entire season, and what a throw in the post. Just a well-timed throw from the QB, just hits him in stride. And it's 2nd down and 11. Back to the RPO game, and good help tackle. I think he was going to break that tackle. 3rd and 8 situation. Can we get him off the field? Can we get some pressure? Big sack from Zaire Patterson as he's just continuing to have a hot streak here towards the end of the season. Vernon Lyle back deep to return, and we don't get much out of it. Starting at our own 13-yard line. We have a long way to drive down the field, and that's a lot of pressure, and we're down at the 2. We need to get rid of the ball in that situation. We cannot be taking sacks like that. At the 3-yard line, gonna run up the middle, nothing. And just ends up being a punt situation. That whole drive was doomed from the beginning as soon as we took that initial sack. Taylor Rambo needs to be better at awareness and seeing the pressure and getting rid of the ball. Good completion. They're already past midfield. Has a guy open. That might have been a little PI. Luckily, don't get called for it. But that really could have been some sort of penalty. They're just going to scramble out with it. And he goes down for the sack. Chase Simmons getting the sack. Brings up a 3rd and 15. The screenplay is going to be so good. We were right there too, but Roydell's too fast. They don't get the first, though. And a shanked punt from Florida State sets us up at the 24-yard line for our next possession. Just under 3 minutes left here in the half. Incomplete. Big drop on the little curl, just trying to make it a more manageable. Wow, what a play by the linebacker. Good awareness for him to drop into coverage there as we really had a step. The sack brings up another 4th down situation, and we can't get anything going on offense at all. Nothing going is what we're doing right now as it's 1st and 10, and it's a good defensive play. Knocks the ball out, and they just go underneath and pick up basically nothing. So 3rd down, they're also going to do pretty much the same thing, and it's another punt. So just trading the ball back and forth. Defensively, this is a battle. We have 1:45 to get down the field. Can we find somebody? Finds Vernon Lyle. Picks up 6 yards. It's pretty much all we really have here. Underneath, that wasn't even having a chance to be completed. Good defense. And we have a guy way downfield, but he can't get rid of it. It ends up being another punt. And Florida State's going to get another opportunity to get something there. What a catch by the return man, just in stride. Gets down at the 50. 1:16 for Florida State. See if they can drive down the field. Throws it in and out, and there's no way. They're calling him for PI, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're going to call him. He was a little bit early. Jamal Mitchell at least just decided to make a play on the ball. But him being a little early is going to end up giving him a free 1st down. And a good sack, though, right away from Zaire. Zaire Patterson really trying to make up for the play from Jamal Mitchell. And that last one, and oh my gosh, he had us fooled so bad. It's a walk-in touchdown. Oh, what a great play design from the offensive coordinator. Absolutely had us looking silly out there. Great time to call that little play to win for the touchdown on the defense. It's going to put us in a terrible bind. down 2 scores with 50 seconds left. Taylor Rambo's also feeling some pressure. Gets a good pass completion. His wear and tear is going down quick, so he's going to start getting worn out fast. And he just underthrows Adam Randall. Adam Randall has been a little bit quiet. He was quiet in the last game against Louisiana. Marvin Jones Jr. is going to get the sack. And another pressure. Just no shot. So we're just going to have to punt that one away. Please don't block it. Oh. Actually find a way to get rid of it. And we cannot allow them to score here. There's 21 seconds left in the half. Pulling a timeout to get it down to 16 seconds now in the half. Scrambling out with it. It just throws it out of bounds. 3rd and 6 situation. I think they're just going to run it and accept their fate. Perfect. So we'll get to the half. 10-0 is the score. Jalen Brown, our spotlight player of the game at this point. I feel like so far we can't figure out their defense. We have had no luck on offense at all. Something we definitely need to fix as we continue on in this half. We've got 1 half a play left to come back from this deficit. So Florida State's going to start off with it, and they have another guy right up the seam. Good throw. Their QB is just feeling it today and making all the good decisions. Another 8-yard gain on the first play. We bite for the play action to see if we can pressure the QB a little bit, and he delivers. He has been consistently delivering on all blitz plays, but when he has too much time back there, he's just dotting us up. Already almost at the 30-yard line. Good hit. Brings up a 4th down situation and a field goal opportunity. Kick is up, and it is good. So at least we keep it a 2-possession game. 13-10, Florida State. Underneath, can't hook up. Just try to get back to the ground game for Cam Walker. Good run and a 1st down. Can we continue to use the RPOs in the ground game to be able to help to move the ball? 2nd down and 5. Another RPO, and he gets a few yards. Brings up a 3rd and 2 situation. Underneath to Ron Marshall and a 1st down pickup. All right, boys, let's go. A couple 1st downs. We're driving a little bit here. At midfield, little play action fake. Can we get him open? He has a guy, and he drops it. Vernon Lyle gets hit by the defensive back and drops the ball in that situation. Open man, he misses him. 4th down and 11 under pressure. Gets nailed. We had to go for it. It was too close to punt, but too far away for the field goal. And what are we doing there? Wide open and down to the 6. Cornerback misses the quarterback on the blitz play and just gives him a walk-in touchdown. Roydell Williams puts him up as they're going for the 2-point conversion. Not going to get it, but it's 19-0. Taylor Rambo now cold after that one as we just try to get it out quick to Vernon Lyle. Gotta get something here. If we don't score, and oh my lord, that was almost picked. It looked like he had a step or something. I don't know what just happened there. 1st and 10 after the pickup. Not much. We really have one-ish opportunity that we absolutely need to score here. Cam Walker, massive run. Under a minute in the 3rd quarter. Motion receiver over. Hits Vernon Lyle on the screen play, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. Just trying to keep as much time on the clock as possible to try to put up some points here as Xavier Lee gets nothing. End of the 3rd quarter, 19-0 Florida State. We still have negative 18 rushing yards in this game. We're averaging 2.5. Their defense is suffocating right now, and we have no offense for it. Good job scrolling out to Ron Marshall. Finds a huge gain to the 7. 1st and goal. Can we put up some points? Let's get some sort of momentum here. Adam Randall fights his way into the end zone, and there's the first one we needed. Gonna get on the board at least. Takes all the way to the 4th quarter, but we at least finally break it against this defense. Just a 12-point game, so it's still a 2-score game, and how do we let that happen? 2 guys staring at the ball and just allows the receiver to get to it, and another fantastic find. Quarterback is wheeling and dealing right now, and there is no answer for as Roydell Williams down the sideline, and he's going to break a tackle and barely misses the end zone. He steps on the white line or else he was getting a touchdown. At the 6-yard line, Droydell Williams makes the tackle. 3rd and goal at the 3. Scrambles out with it, and he dives in for the touchdown. And that is just a huge play. 26-7. Florida State with 5 minutes left in this game. We have basically one possession here to score a touchdown, or else it's going to be too much. That's a terrible throw. That is a terribly timed throw. Gonna have a great opportunity. He misses him. We definitely had an open man in that spot and just couldn't get the ball to him. It's deflected, incomplete. Here it is, 4th and 10. Has a guy open, and the bullet pass is a mile high. Just absolutely no excuse at all that that bullet pass was that high. A back shoulder bullet pass is a free first down. Instead, it is a horrible, misaccurate throw. And that is going to pretty much sum up the game. We could not stop their quarterback. 73% completion percentage. He absolutely balled out all game long. There was no stopping their offense. We couldn't do anything against their defense. We were just completely and utterly mismatched from the beginning of this game. We do not even deserve to be on the same playing field as Florida State right now, which is crazy for how Florida State's playing in real life. But hey, Luke in this game is a baller as a sophomore. Taylor Rambo having one of the worst games of his career. Didn't throw any picks, but had a couple that should have been picks if the defense would have caught it. 44% completion percentage. You are not going to win a lot of games with that. Cam Walker, last game as a Megalodon was kind of a letdown. 20 yards only. 76 yards for Vernon Lyle is actually not bad. 46 on 3 catches for Ron Marshall. And Adam Randall just quiet. 2 catches for 20 yards. Did get a touchdown out of it, but he really went kind of quiet towards the back half of the season. 11 tackles for Wyatt Wright was the leader. Sheldon Dennis had 10 of them. 3 TFLs for Zaire Patterson and Caden Sullivan. And we had 2 sacks for Chase Simmons and 1.5 for Zaire Patterson. No interceptions and a couple pass deflections. Well, looks like our defensive coordinator left after the season. Not exactly what we were going for since we wanted to keep him. But we found this guy Marvin Hakeem. He looks like a pretty solid choice there at defensive tackle, so we're going to give him an offer and see if he will accept it. Jarius Hawker, the punter, we assumed he wasn't going to sign with us, and in fact, he did go to NC State. Vic Burley, I really think he's going to leave, and that's going to make me very sad. So we did not get the defensive coordinator. Looks like I think I'm going to go after this other guy, this Jeremy Fuller. I like the skill tree that he has. It looks like it could work out pretty good for our system, so we'll offer him a spot and see if he accepts it. So it looks like the next week shows that he did accept it. So we're going to have Jeremy Fuller, a master motivator, on the squad, but we'll be having to change to a 4-2-5 defense. We'll be running the Texas Pro style yet again next year and the 4-2-5 defense instead of the 3-3-5. End of season final stats, Taylor Rambo just under 4,200 yards passing, had 30 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, which is an insane combo for true freshmen. 10-1 is really, really good. Completion percentage at 58% definitely needs to go up. But all in all, I really can't be upset. I mean, a 4,000-yard passer for year 1 as a true freshman, that's an amazing, amazing improvement from Elijah Thompson. Kim Walker, 190 carries and 1,100 yards and 6 touchdowns. A huge improvement from year 1 with him at only 642 yards. And his average went up a lot. His average went up by 1.5. And he had 2 more touchdowns this year than he did last year. Ron Marshall was the guy, true freshman tight end, 950 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns. Adam Randall also had a solid year for us at 915 yards and 12 touchdowns. Vernon Lyle was a breakout receiver for us also, getting just instant benefit from tons of our freshmen from the first recruiting class. He led the team in receptions with 76 of them and was super close. I think 79 is the record for receptions in a single season, so he was so close to tying the record. He has 894 yards to show for it and 5 touchdowns. Xavier Lee just kind of doing the same thing he did the first year. Not a huge difference. Just averaged a little bit more yards per catch. Defensively, Wyatt Wright was the leading tackle player. He had 95 of them. Sheldon Dennis had 88. TFL's Caden Sullivan has 21, which is good enough for the record for most TFLs in a season in Megalodon history. Caden Sullivan is now going to have that record. Most sacks right now, 8.5 for Zaire Patterson. So close again to breaking the 9-sack record. Chase Simmons also getting in there with 8 and Vic Burley with 7. Interceptions, DeAndre Harris, 5 interceptions. 6 was the record, so close for him as well. And Blake Harrison had 8 pass deflections, which is really awesome. Looking at the results of the bowl games, Louisiana wins their bowl game. App State is going to win their bowl game. FIU won huge over Texas State. Southern Miss gets the win. Ohio wins over Old Dominion. Georgia State got absolutely thumped from Temple. Troy's going to pull out the win. And UNLV beats Coastal Carolina. So it looks like it's going to be Alabama versus West Virginia in the national championship. Who you guys got? Well, it looks like it's going to be Alabama. 28-24 over West Virginia is your national champion. Getting a chance to look at some of the new coordinator traits we have. A lot of nice defensive master motivator traits. I really like this a lot. Going to be able to get a lot more experience for some of our players, which should help them level up a lot faster. So it looks like we're up to a 1.5-star program in the offseason. So finally making some improvement. But Vic Burley, we have a low chance of persuading him. Come on, Vic. Stick with the team. Dang. Vic Burley's going to leave. That is sad. As a sophomore redshirt, that is tough. An 80 overall. We were going to use that guy for a long, long time. And instead, he decides to leave. So looking at some of the graduating players, I feel like that's going to take a long time for me to get over that. But looking at the graduating players that we have, Blake Harrison's going to be one of those guys that's leaving. That's definitely a name we're going to remember. Reggie Carter, Rashad Johnson, the free safety. We'll remember him a little bit there. Daquan Hardaway. Adam Randall is leaving for graduation. Zaire Patterson. Cam Walker, our running back. Can't forget about him. Chase Simmons, Caden Sullivan, Tyrell Davis. I mean, this is really a lot of the starters. This is a huge, huge amount of players are graduating this current year. It's going to be a completely different team next year. And it's going to be interesting to see, do we improve or do we get worse? What do you guys think? So Ross Newton is going to commit to the team. We still have the same stipulations in the transfer portal. They have to be from either North or South Carolina, or the school that they are transferring from has to also be from either North or South Carolina, and they have to be a 3-star or below. Since we didn't win the bowl game, we made it to a bowl game, but we did not win it. So it looks like we're going to be maxing out probably Jameson Brutus. Zach Cody is a transfer portal corner that we had. 90 speed, 94 excel. Looks like he could be serviceable at 5'11". We're going to give him a shot. Cole Turner is a wide receiver that is technically a deep threat, but he's only got 89 speed. Wyatt Dion, Spencer Kishbaugh, middle linebacker. Troy Stevenson has 94 excel and 90 speed as a corner. We love to see that. And Matthew Smith at middle linebacker is the last one of the transfer guys. Jameson Brutus commits to North Carolina State. Hate to see that. But Zach Cody's going to commit to the team. Cole Turner, the wide receiver, commits. Troy Stevenson, the fourth, is going to commit. Matthew Smith. All right. How many guys are we going to get? Lamar Mankins commits. Wyatt Dion commits. Spencer Kishbaugh, middle linebacker. Jamie Chapaka. We added another punter just so we could add somebody. Jermichael Pritchett. And now we get a chance to look and see what the dev are. So impact for Ross Newton. Normal dev for Zach Cody. Normal for Cole Turner. Normal for Wyatt. Normal for him. Impact for Troy Stevenson. He does have gold quick jump though. Normal for Matt. Normal for him. Normal. So kind of unfortunate, mostly normal, and normal for Pritchett. But we end up being the 71st ranked team in the country for recruiting. Like I said earlier, 1.5-star program. We have to get up to a 3-star program to start getting 4-star recruits. So we're getting closer. We're halfway to that goal already. Chad Eddy is an interesting person here. Looks like he could be a beast as an edge rusher. 6'1", 234. He's not the lightest guy in the world. I mean, he's not super heavy, but I think he could legit play an edge rusher position. Just kind of depends on what we're a little bit weaker at. So I don't know why Reggie Carter is still listed on the squad. I'm pretty sure we just saw him leave in graduation, but definitely looks like we could have him over there at the left end spot since we have Corey McQueen and Max Haas over here at right side. And we have Jared Moma also, as Moma's got 80 speed at 6'6", 255. Love to see that. What we'll probably do is move Jared Moma over to the left end spot so we can kind of balance out the starters of young players between right and left ends. And Corey McQueen looks like he could be a solid D tackle for us. So I'm going to move him over to D tackle. Then Chad Eddy will be moved over to the right end, and then we're going to have a whole separate different D-line now. Chad Eddy up to a 70 overall as a true freshman. Looks like a great redshirt candidate for us. He's got 88 speed, which could just make an insane difference on the defensive line if he's actually able to take that by the reins and play super well. But how did we just level up a bunch again? Didn't we just do that at the end of last offseason? I think I was a 26 or 27. We just shot to level 33. Yeah, I don't know how I have 100 coins already. Absolutely absurd. We still have to win one more rivalry game to get to Architect, but once we get to Architect, I'm going to be able to buy a ton of stuff. All right, so we're up to early ratings, have us as an 81 overall. Taylor Rambo jumping to a 79 from a 69 overall. That's a 10 overall jump from one season. BJ Browns up to a 74. Again, this is just the offseason improvement. This is not including the true freshman. But Montel Meja, our elite dev running back, who's going to take over as RB1, up to a 74 overall. Cameron Teague to a 74 as well. Darnell Jackson takes up a nice jump up to an 82 overall at wide receiver. Xavier Lee also at a 77. And Marcus Wright and Vernon Lyle about the same spot there at a 73. I just wish we had more speed at this wide receiver spot. We only have, one-ish starting receiver with 90 speed or more. 99 catching for Darnell Jackson, though, is ridiculous. Ron Marshall up to a 72 overall with his 91 speed at tight end. And Rick Smart up to an 87 overall with boosts at left tackle. That's a huge, huge improvement. Left guard Andrew Spanway up to an 81 overall. Russ Westbrook, the center, up to an 83. This guy's got 99 pass block power. That's crazy. 85 overall for Marcus Green, the right guard. And wow, so some of these guys all pretty even here. But Jared Moma looks very interesting. Jimmy Ferreira, he was the guy we got last year that was a middle linebacker. We moved to edge rusher. He's an 80 overall with 85 speed, 90 excel. DJ Dean and Nick Campbell both at a 77 overall with Malachi Samuels and Skates at a 76. We have a really very balanced D tackle lineup. KJ Hartley up to a 77 overall at the left outside linebacker spot. Terrell Pace, we moved him from corner over to middle linebacker, and he's going to be an 80 overall with 99 change of direction, which is ridiculous. His 83 speed was just a little too slow to be playing corner, so he's probably going to be more like a mid, sub linebacker. Wyatt Wright, though, coming back for the next year. He's going to be an 81 overall at the outside linebacker spot. Looking for him to have a huge impact in year 2. Looking at the corners, looks kind of a little bit thin, but we're at least a little bit faster. DeAndre Harris, the number 1 corner, at an 81 overall. Tyrone Smithfield, an 80 overall. And then Billy Turner, the elite dev cornerback that we redshirted last season. He's got that 95 speed, 74 overall. Next year, I feel like, is probably the year for him. This year, he's definitely going to get in the action and start playing a lot. But I think next year is when he bumps up to being probably CV1. Free safety Jamal Mitchell, we moved him from corner over there to safety as well. I think he's also going to be a box linebacker. He's a 78 overall. Grayson Reynolds, we moved him back from corner to free safety, and he's a 76. And Sheldon Dennis is going to be up to a 75 overall now. But looking ahead at our schedule, 82 overall team across the board. It's time for our rematch. It's time for us to play against East Carolina. We barely lost at the end of the game to them in the first year of our dynasty, and we're out for our revenge this time. Then we'll play against Texas State, back against App State and North Carolina. Also trying to get our revenge for North Carolina because they also beat us with a comeback at the very end of the game. Then we'll go against Troy, then back home against Old Dominion, James Madison, and Georgia Southern. And then Georgia State, we finally need to get a first win against them. We'll then play against Marshall and Arkansas State, and then round out the season against Coastal Carolina. Projected to be number 1 in the Sun Belt yet again. Let's see if we can get our repeat. Taylor Rambo is officially going to be made the offensive captain for this year. He's definitely earned his spot. But now we can get a good glimpse at the new freshman incoming. Tyrone Colclough looks amazing. 87 speed, 94 excel. He has 96 throw power. He has 87 short, 80 mid, 86 deep. That's ridiculous. That's insane. And he has platinum off platform, silver magician, silver option king, gold headstrong. incredible. This guy's going to be a beast. It's going to be a problem because Taylor Rambo's going to start this year and Tyrone's going to get redshirted. But the next year, is there going to be a position battle maybe? And then Lamar Mankins, he was that athletic running back. We ended up moving him over to tight ends. Now we have a 1-2 punch there. And I forgot about getting Jalen Grubbs, but we're going to redshirt Jalen Grubbs and let the Marshall and Mankins 1-2 combo at tight end help us out a little bit. Chad Eddy at a 70 overall. We're definitely going to redshirt him since he's a little buried in the depth chart. But I can't wait to try him out next season. Max Haas, we will also redshirt at the right end spot. And we might as well go ahead and redshirt both of our D tackles, Corey McQueen and Jalen Law. And I think it's worth redshirting the freshmen for our corners, since Billy Turner's going to get a chance to get involved here a little bit. We have a lot of young corners is kind of the problem, but we have to find out if they're good or not is the real answer. But we'll redshirt Trent Bachman, Epps, and Popek, as those three with Billy Turner is probably going to be the 1 through 4 cornerback situation for us for the next few seasons. Free safety, look at Glenn Hicks down there, 67 overall, 94 speed. He's got that nice dev. We're probably going to redshirt him since he's a little buried in the depth chart. And we have 3 seniors, so at least that should clear out quite a bit over here at the free safety position, and Glenn Hicks will be our starter next season. 94 speed is going to be so nice to have back there. Same thing over there, Paul Wall, 93 speed, and Russ Whalen, another guy that we have with some more dev. Like I have a lot of high hopes for this defensive back lineup in the next few seasons once we get a couple more years under our belts and let them get some developing. But boys, we have a lot to look forward to in season 3. Can we finally get a bowl win? And will we get to 10 wins maybe in the upcoming season? The team looks real good. We've improved quite a bit, up to an 82 overall in just 3 years. So this is a pretty fun grind, but it's going to take a while. It's not going to be one of those easy ones that we've done in the past. This one is going to be a real grind to get this team up to snuff and make them a top-tier powerhouse. So let's see how we do in year 3, but I'll see you guys in that one. But until then, why don't you check out one of these videos?